Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. In this video, I want to share my manifestation routine with everyone. How do I go about my day, my mornings, afternoons, and evenings? What does living in the end state look like for me? Whether I'm manifesting a small desire or I'm working on something really big. Before I get into the video, if you're looking for weekly group coaching sessions, you can join my membership group. We have coaching sessions every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The link is in the video description. In this group, you will receive in-depth solutions, focused guidance around your circumstances. We also have weekly quiz tests in this group and also monthly challenges for you to become a master manifester. So for me, living in the end state is very fluid. I'm in and out of the state of experiencing my desire throughout the day. Most of the time, I don't really have a separate routine I put in, which means I don't put in separate timing um, slots during my day to do any kind of techniques. For me, it's very natural to go into the state and come out of the state during random moments of the day. And that is the reason why manifestation in my day to day life feels very natural. It feels very effortless. So, there are certain times of the day when I feel the most energetic, when I feel the most creative, and these times are usually in the evenings and late at night. So I don't really do anything in the morning. I'm not a morning person, and having to do any kind of techniques or affirmations right after I wake up, or even 1 or 2 hours after I wake up, doesn't sit well with me. I don't feel good about it. So that's the first tip. You need to ensure the technique you're doing and the kind of routine you're putting in is making you feel good. So I wake up, I freshen up, I have my brunch. I don't eat lunch, so the timing for me is usually between breakfast and lunch. And then I get to my work. I log in, I work for 3 4 hours, and then I get to my meditation. So because I don't have my lunch, I use my lunch break to take a break to relax my body and mind. That is the time when I do meditation, which is anywhere between 3 to 4 o'clock. So that is the first part of the day where I focus on my manifestation. Now, depending on how I'm feeling, I either go for guided meditations or I go for completely silent meditations where I am just focusing on myself, my breath, and the thoughts that are going on in my mind. I do 5 minutes of grounding, I do 5 minutes of breath work, and then I get into my visualization and affirmations around my manifestation. So, my meditations are a combination of internal dialogue. You can call it affirmations as well, but for me, those are really mindful sentences and not something I'm repeating back to back to back without really feeling into it. So, mindful affirmations, I'm listening to what I'm telling myself, and the visuals match my affirmations. And the initial 10 minutes of work that I had put in to ground myself and to focus on my breath work also starts putting me in state akin to sleep, which is SATS. So I detach myself from everything. I'm completely focused on myself, my body, and the visuals and affirmations that are going within me. I'm feeling it very, very real because during that time, I have it. I'm experiencing it. I'm seeing the visuals. I'm feeling it real. Feeling it real is basically knowing it's a fact for you. It's happening right now. It's the truth. It is a fact for you. And once I really start feeling it real, after that, emotions step in for me. So when I'm really into visualizing that, I'm really into affirming about it, after a few minutes, emotions of happiness, excitement, joy as a byproduct, they start coming in. So you don't have to focus on evoking those emotions. That's not the goal. Emotions coming up is a byproduct and a result of you being deeply in that state, feeling it real and being in that state. That is what evokes those emotions for you. Now, after I'm done with my meditation, I usually go have some fresh fruits, fresh juice, milkshake, anything. And then I log in back to my work for some time, for like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and see if there's something new that has come up, replying to some emails, whatever work needs to be delivered, if there's any meetings to be attended. After that, I again take a break for half an hour, and that break is for my evening walk. It is a part of my fitness routine, and just being out there, having some movement done, getting fresh air, and spending some time with myself in the nature. Now, during my evening walk, I visualize a lot. That's about for half an hour to 45 minutes again. It doesn't seem like a work to me because those visuals come very naturally to me. There are days when I'm not really focusing on any immediate manifestations, and some days I do walk with a blank mind. But most of the time during my evening walks, I have a lot of creativity going on in my mind. The best ideas, the best inspirations, the best downloads that come to me regarding my manifestation is during my evening walk. So I do a lot of visualizations during my evening walk. I have a lot of stories going inside my mind where I'm living that life that I want to. I'm already that person who has it, and I'm taking my walk while being that person. I'm thinking the same thoughts that person would think if they had their desire, which is evoking those same feelings in me. The feelings of being proud, being excited, being joyful, being relaxed, having a very comfortable lifestyle. What would I think about? How would I act? How would I talk if I was that person who had my desire? I would do so many things. I have a lot of visuals where I'm interacting with my friends after becoming that person, where I'm interacting with my parents, where I'm doing certain type of activities and hobbies and skills and learning new things that I would not get the time for maybe when I'm not that person. But now, because I have that comfortable lifestyle, that relaxed lifestyle, that kind of work life balance that I want, what am I learning? What am I doing new? How is my year going? How is my year divided? When am I planning my travels? Visualization has no end. So I can go to any extent. I have created this whole lifestyle in my head of how I want to live when I'm that person who has a very successful life, who has a very successful career or business, who has good wealth, who's creating wealth all the time, who has abundance of time, health, money, wealth, and relationships. Who am I? So all those visuals, all those stories, all those inner conversations come very naturally to me, and I don't even realize when that 30 minutes or 45 minutes during my evening walk just passes by. So my evening walk includes a lot of inner conversations and visuals, moving visuals like a movie playing out. Whereas during my meditation, the visuals are more like images, not moving visuals, but images and scenes with a lot of internal dialogue and mindful affirmations. So by evening 6 o'clock, I'm already done with two practices of living in the end state, which was 45 minutes or 30 minutes each. After that, I again go about my day. I go back to log into my work, see if there's anything pending that has to be completed. I think that's again there for 1 or 2 hours, and then I log out. I go have some snacks. Usually, I watch some TV or some series, YouTube videos. I do that till dinner time, and then I have dinner with my family, and they are usually asleep by 10:30 or 11 p.m. So from 11 p.m. until 2 p.m., it's again me time. If I'm currently reading any book, that's what I usually do for 1 hour, and then for again 1.5 hour, I watch some movie. In case I'm working on any kind of idea or any personal creative projects which requires a lot of research, I dedicate that time during the night on understanding more about it, gaining more knowledge around it. So this is what my routine looks like from Monday to Friday, except that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I also go to the gym, which is usually from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Going to the gym makes me feel really good in my mind, in my body. Exercising, movement, getting sunshine, being hydrated, having nutritious food is always good for you. It's a part of your stability, it's a part of your emotional regulation, it's a part of you feeling good in this body. You have to spend your entire life in this body, and health is everything. Nothing else outside of you is going to matter if your mental or physical health or emotional health is not well and you're in pain all the time. So, self concept includes taking care of yourself. How do you look at yourself? What do you do to become that person who you would be if you were taking care of yourself, if you were valuing and respecting yourself, this body that keeps you alive, that keeps you moving? How are you respecting it? So, I ensure that I get enough hydration, I get enough sunlight during my evening walk, I eat well, and I take care of my body with taking breaks if I'm sitting for a long time, doing some movement, stretches, and going to the gym religiously 3 times a week. I have been going to the gym for the past 7 years thanks to my sister who pushed me to do this. and it's a part of my lifestyle. Now, the third and last time I practice my repetition around my manifestation is before I go to sleep. I love doing SATs. I still call it as visualization. I came across the term SATs only when I started learning manifestation theoretically, but I've been practicing deliberate manifestation way before that. It started back in 2014, and I started learning it theoretically in 2018. So for me personally, it's only visualization. My visualization includes voices and inner conversations, and it includes SATs. So if you split it to make yourself understand in a better manner, it would be inner conversation, visualization, and SATs. That are my go-to techniques. They are such a natural part of who I am as a creative, imaginal person, as a person who feels a lot, that they don't feel like techniques for me. It's been a part of my childhood, it's been a part of my adult life, and it's remained a part of me since I've discovered conscious manifestation. So I've been doing it all my life, and that's the reason it feels really natural for me to get into these techniques and not really having to put any kind of separate routine to force myself to come into a state. When I have a desire, I really want something, it makes me happy, it makes me excited, and out of that happiness, I go into that state and come out of that state multiple times a day very naturally. Similar to how I visualize when I'm awake, I go to sleep visualizing, which is called as SATS, state akin to sleep, which means you're in a state where you're half awake and half asleep, and your subconscious mind is wide open, and it's really easy to put in new stories and new beliefs. So, going to bed, imagining the things that I want, and already being in that reality in my imaginal world where I have it, I'm experiencing it, whether it's love, wealth, money, health, has been a very important part of my life, of my being, of my existence on this earth since the time I can remember. I'm a person who has a whole different world inside of her. I'm very, very in tune with my imaginal world, with my inner world, with my visualizations, with my creations, with my inspirations. I always stay in touch with my imagination and my inner world. If I lose that, and this I'm talking about me as an individual, imagination is such a huge part of my life, a huge part of me since my childhood days, that if I lose that, I feel like I will lose my identity. It's very important to me. It's something that I do on and off throughout the day, especially during my me time. And it is something that I cannot live without. I cannot function without having some me time and getting in touch with my internal world, with my imaginal world, and actually having scenes and creations going on up there. So there's absolutely no difference when I'm visualizing during the daytime or when I'm visualizing when I'm going to bed. It's just that now I'm lying down, I've closed my eyes, and I just go back to those visuals. I go back to stories. I never repeat a same scene. I never repeat a same story. Every day I have different kind of stories going in my mind, but all the stories imply that I have my desire. As I mentioned earlier, I'm talking to my friends, I'm interacting, I'm doing business deals, I'm telling my parents something, I'm living in the house that I want, I'm traveling, I'm making my calendar for the year. So there's no end to visualization. So for me, because I'm a very imaginal person, I cannot stick to one scene. It gets very boring for me. I have different kind of stories going on in me throughout the day, and every day there's something else, there's something else. And while I'm imagining those visuals, I fall asleep very naturally. It's very similar to when you fall asleep slowly while watching TV on your couch. So, this is what my manifestation routine looks like. It's very simple. It blends very naturally in the kind of lifestyle and routine that I have at the moment. The frequency of me going back to that state of consciously experiencing my desire is 3 times a day, during my meditation, during my evening walk, and when I'm going to sleep. So this is a very good repetition. You don't have to be obsessed with your desire in a way that throughout the day, whenever you get some free time, out of fear and doubts, you need to sit and do affirmations so that you don't miss any window, you don't miss any time, and it comes very fast. Like if I do this 1,000 times a day, my manifestation will speed up. It's mostly about how you are internally, how calm you are about it, how confident you are about it that it will come. If you have a strong belief that it will come, and that belief builds up when you do these kind of practices, it's a byproduct. The belief The confidence is a byproduct of you deeply practicing these techniques. When you reach that place where you know, yes, this will happen for me, because why not? Why will it not happen? You reach a place where you start questioning that why will it not happen, instead of questioning why will this happen for me, like what is so special about me that I can actually manifest this into my life, whether it's a person or a non-living object, whether it's your health or career or any other kind of opportunity. You reach a place of confidence, you reach a place where your self concept is really good around that desire, and you know, I'm going to get this. And that is the kind of effortlessness we need when we are manifesting. It needs to be your lifestyle, it needs to blend very naturally with your normal day. When your manifestation routine blends in very naturally with your day to day work, with your routine work, where I know that, anyways, I am going to practice meditation, anyways, I am going to take a walk every day, I am going to sleep every day. So, when you're able to blend in your techniques during these repetitive tasks, it would feel very natural, and you wouldn't have to put in separate routine or timing to sit and do those techniques. So see what feels good for you, what feels more natural and relaxing for you. If putting in a separate routine makes you feel good, do that. If blending it with repetitive tasks make you feel good, then do that. During the other times of the day, I'm just in the moment. That's what you need to do. You should not be in the future where you are scared of this happening or not. You should not be in the past where you're repeating the old stories and but this happened, so how will it come? And you know, they said this, and you're repeating some kind of pain inside you again and again. Forget the future, forget the past. You need to be in the present moment during your day. Generally in life, go about your day. When you're working, focus on your work. If you're relaxing and watching a movie or a TV series, focus on that. If you're spending time with your family, having dinner with them, focus on that. Be mindful of what you're doing. Enjoy your food. Taste that food. Enjoy watching what you're watching instead of being distracted by your phone or by your tablet. Enjoy talking to your family. Whatever you're doing, be present in that moment. And when you learn this art of being very mindful in the present moment and soaking it up, the past will not matter, the future will not matter. And most of the fears and doubts, 90% of the fears, doubts, and anxiety comes from us living either in the future or in the past. And that's what we do most of our life, most of our day. So, meditation really helps you in also understanding how you can be present right now mindfully and feel this moment. Go about your day, do what has to be done, do things that make you feel good, take care of your body, take care of your hair, your face, keep yourself very hygienic, go work out, take an evening walk, ensure you're getting some sunshine, ensure you're moving your body. Especially since COVID has taken place and with this whole work from home situation, it has taken a toll on the emotional, mental, and physical health of people. Movement is very, very necessary. So ensure that you're taking care of yourself. This is how effortlessly your manifestations and your dreams will come true. When you take care of yourself, when you're in the present moment, and also you have some time during the day when you're repeatedly going back to that state of you wanting to create something new, and it will very naturally come into your life. You don't have to worry about the when, you don't have to worry about the how, it just will. So I hope you enjoyed listening to my manifestation routine. I'll also be making a part 2 where I want to discuss a few more things. If I'm manifesting something new that just seems big for me, in my opinion, how do I create my routine around those manifestations? So in that video, I want to include how do I personally deal with resistance, what I think of believing that I will get my desire, how do I build up my belief, what do I think of taking actions? How does taking action blend in with my life, with my day to day reality? How do I deal with my 3D reality? All these things will be covered in part 2. So take care till then and have a great week.